What's up, guys? John here. Over 75,000 jobs have been axed in the last 72 hours.
The layoffs are already piling up this year. Intel, one of the biggest employers in the East Valley, announced that they're laying off 15% of their workforce.
Is cutting 4,000 jobs, about 5% of its global workforce.
Every industry is being impacted, whether you're in freight and logistics, you're a teacher, maybe you work at a hospital, you're in tech. It doesn't matter. Even construction, every industry right now has been devastated.
Americans are worried about their job security. 70% of employees are bracing for layoffs in some way.
But what happens next is the real shocker. I mean, when you see the size of these layoffs, I mean, Volkswagen, for example, just announced 2 days ago, yeah, we're going to cut 15,000 jobs.
Volkswagen could close factories in Germany for the first time in its history.
You have Cisco saying, you know what? Yeah, we laid off 4,000 employees. Now we're going to lay off 5,600 employees. You have Boeing laying off tens of thousands of employees.
Boeing and thousands of striking workers. Boeing is now threatening sweeping cuts and layoffs as they now enter day 5 of a machinist strike.
This is all the last 24 to 48 hours. Just 3 companies laying off 50,000 employees. Just 3. But when they talk about a soft landing, saying everything is going to be good, everything's going to be great.
Is this a soft landing?
I think it's a soft landing, and if I'm the Fed, I'm pleased.
Why are the smartest minds in finance laying off thousands of people? Why are they getting ready for something far worse than a recession? JP Morgan, Chase, it's the largest bank in America. Jamie Dimon, the CEO, said something much worse is coming than a recession. All corporations are getting ready for exactly that, a major crisis inside of the economy. In this video, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you exactly what these companies are doing and exactly what they say comes next. Please hit the like button. YouTube will share the content, educate more people about what's happening. I made many bold predictions in the past. I think this one, without doubt, is going to come true like many of the ones that I've already made. Look at this. In July, a report on the fall of Denver and the fall of Ohio, 2 months before the media. In 2023, I predicted federal rent control would come and food price controls would come to combat inflation. The White House is now working to make both of these laws.
Passed the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food.
My incredible team provides tomorrow's news today. Only 30% of all viewers are subscribed. If you subscribe, the algorithm will reward the... Here, IBM. This came out yesterday. IBM quietly axing thousands of jobs. IBM told the Register that IBM is experiencing a massive layoff in the past few days. Now, what do you consider as massive when they have 288,000 employees? Is it maybe it's 1%, 2,800, 2%, 5,700, 3%, 8,600? I would consider massive.
Americans are worried about their job security despite continued historically low unemployment. According to a new study from MarketWatch, a full 70% of employees are bracing for layoffs in some way, whether that means saving money or applying for other jobs. To help us dive into this study, we welcome in Matt Brennan, who is the MarketWatch Guides data journalist. Great to have you here with us. So, just take us into some of these findings. 7 in 10 workers bracing for job cuts here.
That's right. Thank you for having me on. So we wanted to learn more about how people are reacting to news of potential layoffs. We know that in 2023 and in 2024, there were a lot of headlines about layoffs, especially at tech companies, giving people a lot of concern. So what we wanted to do is we decided to survey 1,000 American workers, excluding those who are self-employed because you can't lay yourself off, to find out how worried they are about being laid off. So we asked about job security, opinions on if they're taking preparations to get ready for layoffs, financial readiness, and how far they'd be willing to go to keep their job. And as you mentioned, 70% of the people we surveyed said they're bracing for layoffs in some way. That means different things to different people. 40% of those are people who say they're saving more of their income than usual. 32% say they're actively browsing job listings. And 24% say they're actually applying to new jobs right now. Those numbers are even higher among younger workers who are especially nervous. It makes sense, given that Gen Z workers would be a little more anxious. They have less seniority, and they're particularly worried about being laid off.
With that in mind, and kind of continuing down that thread, I'm wondering where it continues to kind of break up, where there's some divergences even among generations that are actively in the workforce right now?
Yeah, absolutely. There are big differences, and one of the big ones is that age gap. So we found that baby boomers feel more secure in their jobs. It makes sense. They've worked for decades, building up their seniority, whereas Gen Z workers, 88% are taking steps to prevent a job loss, trying to preempt it in some sort of way. Layoff anxiety is a term that we asked about to find out, just how concerned people are. And a majority of Gen Z workers and nearly half of millennials are anxious about being laid off. So we've definitely found that the younger you are, the more likely you are concerned about this. And that also matters because younger generations are particularly fearful of AI coming to take their jobs. That was another one of our big takeaways.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, for those who are concerned with AI potentially taking their jobs, and then hearing that, hey, maybe there's a way that I could work with AI to be more productive, and maybe even getting to a point where just give me the AI so I can be more productive and keep my job. How are you seeing people potentially reskill or upskill even in order to add on to their own job security, or at least best position themselves to be more productive in their current role?
Well, one of these aspects, it's a little bit tough to get ahead of the curve if you're already deep into your.
Salawam Akim. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Ha, Rikar, Kadas. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who ruled well and taught me this truth. And peace and salutation to your Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching this gospel in truth and sincerity. All right, as you can see, man, hey, these jobs are done. America is finished. It's over with. Finito. Circling the drain. Okay? This place is over with, man. Genesis 47 and 15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence, for the money faileth. All right. And just like in Egypt, when the money was failing back then, it's failing now in America, Babylon, man. All right. And you Babylonians, 2/3 of Israel, you're going to run down to this devil, all right, for help. All right, and you're gonna get a rude awakening when he presents that charagma. When he presents that chip, man. So, hey, man, that's what time we in, man. We in the end. All right, the money system in America is over with. It is over with. It is totally annihilated and destroyed. When the BRICS went, what they moved, BRIC nation, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, all right, they separated themselves and de-dollarized from the dollar. Okay, so your money that you spending and you working so hard for is literally worth pennies. Literally. The only reason this fucking money is still relevant is because it's the world wide currency, all right, and it takes it some time to fall. It takes time for it to collapse. So we're in the midst of it collapsing now. All right, and you see, ain't gonna be no work for Jake. Ain't gonna be no work for no one. Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any work in Egypt. Egypt is spiritually, Egypt is code name for America. All right, this place is the land of bondage. We came over here to serve in slavery. All right, and we're still in this devil's hand, man. All right, and it says, which the head or tail, branch or rust may do. So everybody from the CEOs to the COOs to the presidents, all right, your blue level workers, your white level workers, hey, guess what? They ain't gonna have no job, man. Okay. All right, these people are gonna get put out of business. All right, if the money no good, how can you do business? You don't have no money system. All right. And when these elites collapse this money system, which they're doing a great job right now, they're going to let you niggas act a fool and then come with a solution. All right. Called that charagma. All right. That RFID chip. Okay. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. We're living in the evil days. Okay. The prophecies is that they're going to be famine, pestilence, wars, rumors of wars. Okay, mass killing. Okay, like never before. Hey, this is a time like never before. All right, we're approaching it. We're in the evil days, but it's going to get worse and worse. We'll put it that way. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. All right, so you need to get this right now, man. All right, you need to be seeking and searching for the Lord right now. You need to be talking and praying and hitting the highways and byways right now, man. All right, doing videos right now. Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. So you need to get this truth now, man. You need to be seeking the Lord and remembering him right now while times are good. All right, because they're about to get horrifically bad very quickly. Verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Who's the keeper of the house? The people who are dealing with the economics. All right, the money system, man. All right, and why are they trembling? Why are they trembling? Because they know, hey, this system is done for, man. Ain't nobody gonna make it out, man. All these rich people, all these people who got billions of dollars, they gonna lose everything, man. All right, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out the window be darkened, man. All right, so all these rich people, man, they coming down, man. All the middle class is totally destroyed. All right, when this war fully kicks off and the dollar gets dethroned, okay, and loses its value, hyperinflation is going to kick in. All right, which is going to cause mass destruction, okay, because people are going to be fighting to eat, to survive, and it's just going to spiral out of control, man. All right, so with that, I hope this was edifying to the hopeful elect. I like to say all praises to the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Sai. Shalom.